Johnny Murray here, and today we're going to be talking about Doom: The Dark Ages. That is right. We are here, man. To me, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. This was my favorite game out of the Xbox Game Showcase. It was my favorite trailer, and it is now, I'm happy to confirm, my most anticipated game right now. It is numero uno because at the end of the day, this is the game I want to play the most. This is the game that I just thought had the best showing. It looked phenomenal, and I am so excited. I love the Doom games. Doom 2016 is amazing. Doom Eternal, I think, is dang near a masterpiece, in my opinion. It just is so awesome, the franchise Doom. And the fact that we're getting Dark Ages is super duper exciting. So if you guys love gaming, if you guys love Xbox, even just PlayStation, Nintendo, if you like keeping up to date, hearing awesome thoughts about games, consider subscribing, share with your friends. Really do appreciate it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get talking about Doom Dark Ages. My overall thoughts, I just told you, it's my most anticipated game right now. It was like my favorite game out of the show. It actually opened the show if you don't include the Black Ops reveal, kind of. I get technically Black Ops was the first game at the show, but they kind of had to do that to promote the direct afterwards. To me, Doom Dark Ages was the real show opener because Phil came out and then he led into Doom the Dark Ages. And yeah, I think for one, I'm super excited about the concept, in which we're gonna be getting into that. And then I love everything we saw in terms of gameplay, like all the different weapons, all the different areas, all that. We're going to talk about that as well. And I do think the release date and just what is currently going on with the release of this game, with it being multi-platform, is an interesting talking point that we're also going to discuss this episode. So, what is it? What is Doom Dark Ages? For those of you who want to know more than just the fact that it looks so fun, Doom: The Dark Ages is a prequel to the 2016 and Doom Eternal games, where we're basically going to see the origins of how Doomslayer came to be. You know, what led him on this rampage, this arc of being a hero, as you would say. And this is going to be taking place in medieval times. So right then and there, we're going to pause. Both of those reasons is already 10 out of 10 reasons for me to be excited for this to be one of my most anticipated games. Number one, I love medieval. Medieval is one of my favorite settings, themes, whatever. Absolutely love that. And then second of all, I love origin stories. Origin stories are probably my favorite thing you can do when it comes to story, especially when it's a prequel, because then you're gonna get a lot of, you know, kind of nostalgia or great references, and it's just going to be really cool what they do with that. And so right off the bat right there is one reason I am super duper excited. Now in this trailer, obviously with the medieval thing, they show a whole bunch of awesome medieval things, including, you know, castles, dragons, awesome enemies, armor, stuff like that. And that has to do with Doomslayer himself and the weapons he carries. You see this awesome cape that he's wearing. And let me say, this trailer showed so many hard, dope, awesome shots of him just standing there looking like an absolute menace with that awesome cape on, with the new armor that's got that medieval knight look to it. When he drops in, that camera frames on him. Every time I see it, straight chills, man. Straight chills. It is so dude, I'm telling you, it was my favorite trailer. Easy. Let me tell you guys, I've rewatched the entire event 8 times all the way through. I've listened to over 10 hours worth of podcast. I love it. I love it. It was a 10 out of 10 show. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, let's talk about the weapons we even see. We see, obviously, his classic shotgun remodeled to look a little bit more medievally, and that's what I love about this. Everything fits it. It's not okay, well, we gotta throw this in there because it's just because, you know, you can't have Doom without it. No, let's throw it in there like it makes sense for this time period, like it makes sense for this for the theme. Even the shotgun looks medieval. We have a chainsaw shield, which is going to be a huge new part of Doom: The Dark Ages, because we saw things like blocking, parrying, shield bashing. Parrying alone is going to change the whole gameplay system tenfold, because parrying obviously is a huge thing in just game combat in general. And so having that chainsaw shield is going to be awesome. You're able to throw that shield like Captain America, and it comes back to you, just grinds through all the different enemies. Man, absolutely awesome. He has a flail, which they're implementing more melee combat. Like, it's actually going to be a focus this time around where it's going to be melee combat. He has the flail. He's whipping it around. Absolutely awesome. There's like this cool gun that's like, the ammo is skull, like it is a skull, but instead of just shooting a skull, it like grinds up the skull into a bunch of different pieces and then like shotgun blast all of the pieces. So creative, so awesome. Then there is things that just gets me over the moon about this game. He jumps into Doomslayer gets into this huge Doom-like mech. Like, we're talking Pacific Rim Transformer type things. He gets into this giant mech and he starts punching these huge monsters. I'm like, yo, this is what I'm here for. Because if you guys don't know, I love Pacific Rim. I love like big tanky things. I love Godzilla, King Kong, like all that stuff. Like, I love Titans, kaijus, all that stuff. So to have that in a Doom game, yo, you cannot speak more to my heart than you are right now. And then you got dragons. They showed you flying on dragons. If you guys can't tell by the way I'm talking about this game, you can just tell how excited I am just by talking about this game, because there are so many awesome things to do. Oh man, I love video games, and this game is one of those reasons. Let me tell you. There's just so much more you see in there. You know, he starts punching, he starts kicking, he starts jumping. When he comes crashing down, oh man, everything is just so good in this trailer. Easily my most anticipated game right now. Just based off of the pure fact I want to play it so bad. Oh man, and it did get a 2025 release date, which is also what makes me so excited, because I'm okay with certain games like Gears of War E-Day. The fact that we didn't get a release date is absolutely fine. I wasn't expecting one. It makes sense. It's probably a ways away, so that didn't really bum me out at all. But when we get a release date, it's so exciting, because it gives you that window of like, yo, I'm actually gonna be playing it. And in terms of 2025, you know, if they would have said 2026, I would have been like, damn, I have to wait a while. 2025, okay, it's next year. I'm ready. You know what I mean? And I do believe this could very well be a early 2025 game, or at least first half of 2025 game. I'm gonna say early or spring. That is gonna be my prediction. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say March. That's gonna be my guess. I really hope so. I really hope Xbox can get to that point of, you know, those big quarterly releases. And I think something else we're obviously going to talk about right now is the fact that it is going to be a multi-platform release. So it is going to release on PlayStation, PC, Xbox all at the same time, but it is also going to be in Game Pass day one. Now, we've obviously talked about this conversation so much, and honestly, I've reached a point where it's kind of just common knowledge at this point that Xbox is going multi-platform for a bunch of their games, a lot of their games. And I'm perfectly okay with Doom Dark Ages going to multi-platform. What I said in the another video recently in my Future of Xbox video is that this one makes sense. You know, like there are games that make sense. As long as for me as an Xbox player, as someone who owns an Xbox, owns Game Pass, if you can find that balancing act of, let's take next year for example, you have Doom the Dark Ages, Fable, South of Midnight, whatever the next year Call of Duty is. Let's just take those 4 games as example and be like, okay, Doom and Call of Duty are going to PlayStation. Fable and South of Midnight will be exclusive to Xbox. However, all 4 of those you can get on Game Pass day one at no extra fee. To me, that is good enough, because to me, Doom was a multi-platform title. Call of Duty was a multi-platform title. And so keeping those on those multi-platforms will make sense. And I do think it is good for more players to play games ultimately, you know. But as a Xbox, as a console, you do still need exclusives to sell that console. So if you kind of do a balancing act between, you know, keeping the things that make sense multi-platform, but still having those exclusives to help sell your console, alongside having Game Pass as that huge incentive of why am I in the Xbox ecosystem, that is what it is. Because at the end of the day, if you are on PlayStation and you want to play Call of Duty or Doom, you're going to have to pay $70. If I'm on Xbox, just those 2 alone right there is $140 that you're going to have to spend to play those 2 games, whereas I could just spend $18 a month and get those games basically for free. Not even including everything else that releases. Fable, South of Midnight. To me, that is incentive enough to be an Xbox. So as long as we're not getting Halos and Gears of Wars on PlayStation, that's fine with me. But I do think it is going to have to be a balancing act. If they announced, if they announced Elder Scrolls 6 going to PS5, that's fine. The greedy side of me, the Xbox fan of me being greedy, I'm like, yo, make all those things exclusives, but it just doesn't make sense. And at the end of the day, when I think about it, we don't need to. You don't need to do that. And in terms of sustainability, Game Pass is obviously the future of Xbox. Whether it is a smart future or not, it is the future. That's up for discussion. But when you release these games multi-platform, you're not only getting the income of Game Pass subscriptions, you're not only getting the income of purchases on PC and Xbox, but you're getting then the purchases on PlayStation, which is going to help sustain to keep that value of Game Pass. Because at the end of the day, you're not making money on Game Pass. And so for them, business-wise, you need those multi-platform releases to help give you more profit, and I just see this as a win-win scenario. And it's nothing it doesn't break the Xbox brand. It doesn't break anybody's trust. It just, I think we've all reached the point where certain things are going to make sense and certain things will hurt. But at the end of the day, that is what it is. But nonetheless, Doom: The Dark Ages looks so awesome, and I cannot wait to play this game. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what is your hype level for Doom: The Dark Ages? I'll tell you right now, mine is numero uno. My most anticipated game right now. I am so excited to play this game. You have no idea. I low-key, they don't even need to show another trailer. They don't need to show anything else. I'm completely sold. I'm ready. I know what I'm in for. Sign me up. Doom Guy's back in medieval times. So awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.